May calling back point of order. Good afternoon, honorable members. You may still stop law government bills. Mr. Paskem, Minister responsible, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Johnny Konapo, the political friendship to continue law bills where Mr. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Law section 1314. You got some question raised. Make him timely use, because you got some response to the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, long question specifically long section 14. And in particular, question where Deputy Leader belong sorry, Deputy Speaker, beg your pardon. First Deputy Speaker, have me raise him. Me to do with them independent candidates. Yes, I think Bilia basically have me blow registration blow political parties and have me no one specific bill where have me address them specific independent candidates. Consideration blow independent candidates law let's say have become only because of the effect of the registration. So I think in relation law point where it become law 14, section 14.3, section 14.3, basically close up by, well, you said you talk about basically something except that municipal and provincial government councils only no cut law section 3, but only design law places specifically law address members of parliament, so that may correlate with them constitutional amendment whereby you may make him law tomorrow. And with the permission of you, Mr. Speaker, suppose you may come at law section 17.3, me specifically address them subsection 14.3 now. So I think no one error. The way me designed, the way me drafted, me stop all simple support them constitutional amendment law tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Response to question section 13, section 14, section 13, notice of the registration, and section 14, duty to affiliate with political parties. We now start with the vote. Those in favor, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 13, notice of deregistration. And section 14, duty to affiliate with political party, were carried unanimously.
Section 15, regulations. Section 16, transitional provisions. And section 17, commencement. Allow small time for the question. Those in the card now stop to vote. Those in favor, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 15, regulations. Section 16, transitional provisions. And section 17, commencement, were carried unanimously.
Thank you. Committee of the House move now back to Parliament. The second reading of the bill. Honorable Minister of the Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with them every comments were all honourable MPs only been provided in relation to bill, yeah? Before me move to second reading, me want them make one very brief remark no more. Table today, I think me really one important climax of politics, and especially coming to agree on the bipartisan support from together side. Me without question, one very important demonstration of unity inside the house, because you me realize it's a country me need him road where you me stop talk about. Just the last election, Mr. Speaker, you me got 42 political parties. 42 political parties as far as electoral commission me concerned. No records who only contest them last election. Pilia, Bambai, me no provide them every solution at this point, Mr. Speaker. But me beginning, some way me dalo finish law, walk out there. Or me believe to say while people only pressure them, you mean inside law house law, you may reach some point where you may stable them today. You may also call for all voters too, only must exercise them responsibility. Time only vote responsibly. So I think me important. Back to level all political parties from by hopefully Pili me shift him key a little bit. The way where you may looking more political parties only organize. And perhaps maybe him reason why open by could be a reason why government me should give him support to all political parties in the future, because you me through the bill, me require him all political parties only must got office, only must got proper setup and administration to all that. So without further ado, Mr. Speaker, we stop now taking bill for the Political Parties Registration Act number of 2023. I come to second reading to Parliament and pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. It has been moved that the bill for the Political Parties Registration Act number of 2023 come to second reading of the pass. All agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
The bill for the Political Party Registration Act number of 2023 be read a second time in Parliament and to pass was approved with 42 votes in favour.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. I ask him you to take a back seat, please. Honourable Leader Block Amendment, so indicate them last when the next bill whereby you shall proclaim this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Honourable Speaker. Next bill, Honourable Speaker, have me bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023. Honourable Speaker, after consultation with them Minister of Law Internal Affairs, with them outgoing Minister with him now, him Minister of Law Public Utilities, by him now, him present them bill here. After we him been work with him and he could let me give a monosell. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader Block Government Business. Honourable members, next bill by a bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023 Mr. Askem Yulaplo Tekembilia, Momi Askem Honorable Minister Plo Mipu, President Francis. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Mr. Askem Yulaplo, President Bill for the Electoral Act, Amendment number of 2023, the first reading. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Speaker. Good afternoon, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, Deputy Leader of Opposition, all colleague ministers, with them all colleague member of Parliament. I think me with them honor and humility we have got that privilege. Plus we present them me bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023. I think me want them acknowledge him current Minister of Internal Affairs, lo hona ya we mi sabe give him lo mi also former Minister of Internal Affairs, lo sabe President Bill we bahemi come before House ya blo House debate lehem and blo hemi pass him. I think bill ya mi one very important bill as you me just complete him blo pass him bill blo political party registration act of 2023. And by bill we ba mi present him na hem now by mi kam blo mi house o hem now by mi kam blo strengthen him administration blo new hack to you me just pass him few minutes ago. I think also you me look stable explanatory note Honorable Speaker bill ya by mi kam provides for preparation and conduction lo like the election lo national parliament, provincial government council and municipal council. All existing legal and regulatory basis for the preparation and conduct of direct election in Vanuatu and base on several laws. You may got representing People Representation Act, where make up 146 and we provide for parliamentary election. And Act by you may reapply shortly. Law electoral provision law municipal council, you may got the Mr. Handalo Municipality Acts, Cap 126. And law provincial government council is stop under law decentralization act, Cap 230. We also by me reapply shortly. Or some instance by me got some amendment. And me come law, make them sure say you may not duplicate them or the laws premium. Since independence, Honorable Speaker, Vanuatu may conduct a periodic election, law national, provincial, and municipal level. While legal framework, may allow me got credible election, may taken place. He got one review we been take place law 2020, and me highlight them that all the electoral laws only complicated, more outdated. Act have been amended over time, resulting in a fragmented and inconsistent legal framework, Honorable Speaker. The review we concluded that we need to harmonize legislation to govern direct or elections. Vanuatu Law Reform Commission and we support them harmonization and integration law electoral legal framework into one single electoral act, Honorable Speaker. There has been widespread consultation, law new lawyer. In addition, law new lawyer, he got detailed operation procedure whereby we develop and set out under law regulation and other subordinate instrument made by the Electoral Commission, Honorable Speaker. This bill by me ensure legal and regulatory framework for election and me strengthened and fit for purpose to prepare and conduct election on national, provincial and municipal level. I think all the key element lo bill and me including Honorable Speaker, strengthening independency for Electoral Commission and the Vanuatu Electoral Office which will become operational arm commission. At least one member lo electoral commission by may be one woman. By me provide two, lo got receive seat, lo woman, lo municipal council constituencies. Lo vacancy seat as a general rule by be filled by run-up from the last election. However, by election by me still be held if no candidate lo run-up and me meet him one requirement where me set under this law. Okay, the voter register will replace the electoral rolls. The election commission and the Vanuatu electoral office will no longer be responsible for collecting the information or registration of electors in the field, but rather for the establishment and maintenance of the voter register by me rely information about civil register na by me. There will be a single ballot paper with all candidates on each constituency. And may mi address some cost saving measures and will replace some current ballot paper structure with booklet and ballot per candidates. You got special measure too for polling for internally displacement person resulting in natural disaster within flexible time frame set by the Electoral Commission. And may I come lo instance or same at one time you may be experiencing lol get a family blimil hambay will been moved and then for quite a time then you may stop thinking say how na ba you may handle mo kita but from a minokat legal framework you may stop you may come say you may no sa proceed lo allow mo kata li vote time will stop lo nara constituency if I may say but with them provision we may come by me address him o loophole siya na we at the time you may not been cut lo absorb him. I think Honorable Speaker, ikam lo narapoy niya, hemi kat one oversight by me ask him lo by you no consider him from maybe only been utility mouth finish, but hemi one oversight, only missed him hemi stop inside lo introduction tuktok we Mr. Megam. I think next one hemi got providing special voting measure for certain voters to cover polling outside the allocated polling station, including possible future in e-voting option. And may Mr. Cam no more, you may look me got more and more. Ni Vanuatu sa travel abroad, but lo yung megam se yung accommodate mo kata tublo li sa participate lo constitutional right lo kita and also mo yung istakam lo one wall way tite technology and mi kamandap yung make sure too se lo new hack to yung stop yung PVM ways lo yung sa accommodate him lo halaw mo kata people ya lo while lo stop lo foreign land pe li sa exercise him constitutional right lo kata Honorable Speaker. Election petition for provincial government council and municipal elections will be determined by magistrate court, while election petition for parliamentary election will be continue to be determined by the Supreme Court. And it is intended that the provision for out of country voting will be expanded beyond Vanuatu voter also in New Caledonia. An expanded range of electoral offence together with increased penalty and stop to inside the new piece of legislation. Yes, Honorable Speaker, blo conclude mo sa mumitala milyahon political party registration bill, you may just pass him, but bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023, bahem now by me ausem act you may just pass him. Bahem na mi gamblo mi beda administrative, law and fashion we by me fair and me transparent, we blow by me save help him democracy me move forward. I think with them all get a presentation lo explanatory note ya Honorable Speaker. Mr. Kam now move say bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023 and become lo parliament lo first reading and lo tok lem lo blim pass him. Thank you Honorable Speaker.
Thank you Honorable Minister lo President lo first reading bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023. Honorable members, estaba long time libra, pero sabe que vi ma tok lo pepes mo merit lo bill, lo imi open. Thank you. Honorable Member Blotana, for Blokman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, you. Good afternoon, all honorable members. Mr. Speaker, through you, we want to thank you, long honorable minister. We present a bill long this afternoon. me take Mr. Speaker say, time you try and belong, combine them all legislation here one place. Sometimes by it difficult. It's difficult one it's difficult way where one or two something where me of importance. By maybe amalgamation, yeah, I mean, or capture it. You may take him here on board. Say, suppose you got one or two important points where you should be accommodated, but been included, and by me include them later on. And me tell them thank you, long minister. Same current minister belong utility, where me former minister belong internal affairs. All officials belong ministry belong internal affairs, particularly all members and staff belong electoral office and electoral commission. And time where you me introduce him, you me start work for them, and by you me can realize him what is to be included. So you me take him here on board. Mr. Speaker, currently municipal act na mo cater for reserve seats. Provincial or decentralization act, no cater lo hem. And you may want them time where you may come through long political integrity bill this morning, you got special effort where Bilia you try and address him. You try and address him participation belong all women. Both long political party level. Me note them all key elements. Long Bilia say yes, of course, when I got representation inside long commission, and it has been the case. You may not been included long one law, but it has been the case where you got representation long all women inside long electoral commission as members. And Bilia you can belong tell them he must cut. Am I right? Me erase me, Mr. Speaker, say receive seats long cap 1 to 6. Pino kat lo 230. And me no sabi long emia whether or not Bombay got time where Parliament hemi adopt them special seats long some years past. We've been discussing around long chamber at that time. That Emia Bombay he ran for a certain time, and then Bombay you got report lehem. Report long tell him whether or not creation belong reserve seats. Hemi worthwhile. And me no sabi say you may been coming up with them report ya belong give him confidence long you me say by taking this direction hemi could look country belong you me. I think Bombay you got time yet belong you me come and tap long tell them say because time where Parliament is discussing long time yeah you got some members only feel say this is a discriminatory issue. You may not discriminate them all women, or kutwala mama plo Yumi. Yumi, by the fact that Yumi stop giving special seats long on kata, it means Yumi no fair. Long way where Yumi stop running more on contestable elections plo Yumi. And you got some mama well you've been successful long general seats. You got some mama well you only successful on general seats. And I mean now issue where you've been stop around long chamber long time, yeah. That is why I've been resolved say you run you assess him, then you come long confirming whether or not he could approach where you sabe look long make him long all narafala elections long you. But Mr. Speaker, in the absence of that report, I think you may look him. I think you may look and say, worthwhile going that direction. He could belong you may everyone, you may give him comfortability, lo you may. Lo make him say, got out. Lo minds belong you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. Got any more talk or question? Honorable member of the Portville, Speaker.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Speaker, with all members of Parliament. We want to tell him thank you, former Minister of Internal Affairs, now Minister of Public Utilities, where we got a very important bill here. He come long house by you pass him. Bill here, he replace him representation of the People's Act. Lord, we give him more effect them. And we tell him thank you, Lord, hard work, Lord officials, while you make him Lord bill here. Really, you must stop creating one independent institution, Law Electoral Commission. You must tell them also finish start law 1980 come, but always government and me control and work law Electoral Commission. And they may be problematic in the past year long the day because you have finished politicians, you may interfere with them with ballot boxes, with ballot papers, you may interfere with them how one person and me vote, and it may helpful nothing. So you will tell them thank you, the government. Say pushing political integrity, come more electoral peaceful legislation here. And we must go from say firstly, we guarantee independence. While kita no start of the day go, while we manage them all elections law, all main areas blame plus all provinces blame blow bamba you make a show, but all kita now ensure say bamba elections blow place ya bamba only fair. So Speaker, Mr. Talk them from me being participate to law so one minister. Me the look Billy me good law second aspect say bamba I mean encourage participation blow candidates inside long process blow election. Inside long process blow observation blow elections, conduct elections, only one-on-one with them electoral commission. Post by you reducing will cost big time local elections because you got all processes also naya, but you got one ballot paper no where everyone is them. You save them cost them. Time we got election long one province, all provincial electoral officer will deal with them election. You don't need all results to come back to villa, only double cross them. So you make them, you think about, you make all one process where sometimes some horse only got them some result, long you mean. Come go, it take 1 week, play some villa. Now yeah, only tie them up, walk ya. Don't make them sure time we got one election, the one province. Result blame only produce the same day. And the electoral office, and we stop them up, we deal with them all appeals, when something, let them, all people where you decentralize them, office only deal with them elections. And me excited say oli minister mi include mol kita will stable New Caledonia. O kita will stable lo RSC itu, mol isa participate long elections play lo future. Lo mambai nebo se mambai yumi count them all kita everyone. Of course, mi cattle empowerment provisions. You want them as much as possible. The representation you cover up every aspect of society. Well, plus you deal with them all people only displaced as much as possible. So, Mr. Speaker, I want people to step here. We want me congratulate the minister for my mikaram bilega. And we want people to step for nationhood play me. Times all members long government, all politicians, all you know interfere long process long election. More let them run independently. And you may empower them, plus you may reduce some costs, plus you enable them, you participate long elections in future. By no got too much question long. So, Mr. Speaker, me happy too much me support them. Thank you, Minister. We make them bill we congratulate them all officials for hard work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Member Malakula.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Good afternoon to you. Mr. Speaker, me join to the contributors finish, but thank you long Honorable Minister with again Billy Long Parliament. Me no got any issue with them bill. I'm straightforward because me again one effort we stop make them say you me try and better system management systems blow you me more thing blow make them say you me cut one fair, transparent, fast and long elect them all leaders blow you me. But me got one question. Me want to ask him the Honorable Minister whether he got some discussions let him finish and that is compulsory voting. In a long time, we just got election blow Luganville municipality, and results blow me less than 30% only vote. I Mr. Talem you one big fella something say whether all man will get represented long national parliament blue me, provincial government blue council or municipal council, only really represent them all people or not. And today you may look on social media, you may look plenty complaints, but you may not sure too whether all money will stop making more complaints here, will stop making more criticisms here, only vote or not. So I think it may fair, you may talk freely, you make something, but at the same time you got one responsibility to you vote, make them sure say you make it representatives of the people long trivial bodies here. So question my Honorable Minister say whether you make out some talk finish, some maybe think possibilities, but by one day you must have got one compulsory voting system you me. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for respond to the question raised.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think we acknowledge him all comment we come out law Honorable leader of the opposition or the first deputy speaker. Yes, I think legislation we missed up. You missed start them off also nara legislation we just pass him. Might buy me no perfect, but you missed start off somewhere, but you may go somewhere. And you make two inside law legislation we missed up avenue, but you may address him. Some law issues which you may look him, say you may not capture him under law regulation, but you may go under law regulation order. I think law question law compulsory voting. I think I mean one issue where time stable say minister internal affairs, me tell them say I mean off the table, I mean stable table. But again, election where you may just witness him law Malekula, Luganville, and Tana. I mean all election where you may base law kata all la electoral roll. We ba misa vetalem say no clean yet. And at this point in time, electoral office also we metalem, but you will have to come by more and more by me cream, which is a civil registry. By him now I may look out the electoral roll be me. I Mr. Walk na play me clean him, play me make him me update. Play make him sure say someone will it finish will still stable roll, will clear remote. Someone we minusabwe some way somehow, also you me everyone you misave. Before you make him all cut, or you no need him all ID, all identification documents, or you issue all cut, or you just make him all cut. No, some people only got 10, 20 cut from one same person. And we got lo name lo Paul, name lo David, all issues I real. But electoral and we come and we work with him a cream, all is work na only clean him, roll with him stop. That is why suppose you me look him lo all previous election way me go, you me still base all la roll. And for sure I think early next year. You should cut one clean roll whereby me really reflect them, really percentage whereby you should focus on. Lo talam say yes, participation. Lo get the people rather than also mo you looking mo base 30% no mo outlaw 100% only participate. But from 30% na mi base lo one electoral roll where also pa mi sa talam say no clean. But again, mi on them talam bifla thank you all technical man only work hard. Lo address mo issues ya where you Mr. Raisem house ya. Commitment bol kita, dedication bol kita, and even all partners play me. Wali work, wali build them up all concrete system where you must stop through the UNDP. What them New Zealand government and me fund them, you must work, lo hemena, lo clean all roll ya. Lo make them sure so you make one clean roll, and then time after one election, you must have tell them yes, how many percentage target now people let me participate. But again, time we must stop also minister responsible. Yeah, discussion blow compulsory voting and me no off the table. And we believe what them current minister by me still subsequent. From again, you want them participation by every man. Play you me vote. You choose later, but you know after time you no participate, and then later on you may stop complain or you may accuse someone, but you may want them say every people only participate in voting. But again, meeting say Mr. Table and me defend lo government of the day, policy things for say me want them move forward to them, but you may move forward to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everyone in the House. Mr. Speaker, I'm going to talk in support of Bill where Mr. Especially, thank you to all past governments, past ministers who have been involved in work long Bill. Thank you, Minister. I was going to Minister to introduce Bill this afternoon. Mr. Speaker, I got some relevant, more important question raised by Member of Malakula. Law side law compulsory voting. If everyone is service, you can full up on participate. And especially, if you will start low payroll, long government, you can full up to all vote, motu maybe all no resistance. I think one way, maybe time by me pass billion, or civil seven, you start prefer. Make them reference long with them. But me notice him pull up all the cost of making picnic long time do. Or cut all no stop long payroll, stop vote. We got some for too. Maybe some sect or religion no stop vote. But when we few look over them, maybe blow service him everyone blow Vanuatu. So I think point we raised by honorable member from Malakulam from the Prime Minister say. Maybe in future you should cut consultation more. Office, electoral office, have a consult. Or how you must have come up with a member, make them semi compulsory. So everyone is have a code. I think 1.2 law place we start lawyer, but you must start someplace small. Some have a good law keep him independence long electoral office, make a work for him. But runner up to more even system long first past the post. I think in the future, we'll take more consultation. Let me find a better system with seven place. From runner up, BMino represent them really vote long party where maybe will election long first place. Suppose you got the runner up, you should reflect them. Support long party where maybe win election. So you meet us person build on political party. And I believe I may come by me find and plan to follow him, but maybe in future by electoral office or Ministry of Internal Affairs, doing more consultation, blow me address some sample issue ways Soviet, but a good blow. You may start one place, you may start some place, you may start with them first time. And me man made something, you may not know how, yeah. Suppose you got sample something where me not perfect, when you miss a car, you come back. You may make say, I miss a reflect them, some loophole waste of it. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. Meetings, we got some comments. I'm going to get aside. Billy, I'm long one. But while you call section to section, by you let's have a question more. Otherwise, lo Pepe summary the bill, you just came. So after lunch, no good by stable volume repetition or member of parliament CD. So a minute lo meeting say. Thank you, Thomas. Minister, lo introduction of first reading lo bill. Now stop lo. It has been moved that the bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023 become law Parliament by first reading. Okadawali agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
The bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023 be read for the first time in Parliament was carried unanimously with 40 votes in favor.
Thank you. Now Parliament may move to the Committee of the Whole House, the local club bill or section by section. Section 1, objective of the Act. Section 2, interpretation. Section 3, meaning of campaign activity. Section 4, qualifying date. Section 5, voting system. Section 6, member of parliament, councillors, and electoral constituencies. Section 7, polling district. Section 8, filing of vacant seats. Section 9, membership. Section 10, function of the Commission. Section 11, powers of the Commissions. Section 12, independence and impartiality of the Commission. Section 13, funding, financial records and audit. Section 14, meetings, and Section 15, committees. Give small time, so members shall get common and question or section. Floor thank you. Member Plo Tanauta, leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We refer to Section 8, filing or filling of vacant seats. Chair, me direct them question to me, no, Honorable Minister, maybe seeking some clarification law section here, especially Section 1, 8, 1, 2, what 3, B. Me looking law section here, myself refer law one threshold law 70%, Mr. Speaker. And all constituencies where number have me quite small. For instance, have me law Palmer where have me 200, 300, and what have me applicable law all constituencies where have me that number where have me small. And another one have me law be another question have me what if it got one tie? When I'm now have me provisions out law address him issue here. For instance, suppose a number of lot to get have me semak. We have me requirement have me 70%. And what they got one other way out him address him here. Or by equal straight law by election, or whether by in terms law 8 one hemi mosini and then by me susum out hemi. Me sa thing outside no more law all situations were supposed me happen hemi full town law this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. Isar, for respond to question raised.
Thank you, Chair. I think yeah, will explain him no more when we Mr. Law Section 8, also raised by Leader Block of Man Business. I think I can blow address him time where one person me lusum chablem for some reasons, either lo parliamentary or provincial or municipal. I think ikat avenue yana where me stop where emena you me refer them lo 81 where me talk about threshold number where the runner up me should be meet him. Blow me save qualify blow me gam ko tikem chiablo whoever emi lusum chiablem. But again, time we no meet him criteria we stop emi mas kubakpaken lo election. I think kami supposed to miss answer mem also. I think emi been raising two issue say supposed to got one tie vote with two candidate to walay ikat se mag number. I think lo please I think ibin cut we ibin talk about say the eldest or older sorry by him now emi move emi go taking place. Thank you.
Thank you, MP Blo Tanauta. Andrew Nabat.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Meeting say question where you raise. I mean important but time where you me read him the section 8 here stop quote you read him after law 3. You look 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we talk about time where two candidates you only got one equal number of votes. So all relevant sections he address him all on my question where he raised finish small difficulties with him so try to address him. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honorable members, Mr. Putum, section 1 to 15 the vote. Okatawali agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 1, Objective of the Act. Section 2, Interpretation. Section 3, Meaning of Campaign Activity. Section 4, Qualifying Date. Section 5, Voting Systems. Section 6, Members of Parliament, Councillors and Electoral Constituencies. Section 7, Polling Districts. Section 8, Filling of Vacant Seats. Section 9, Membership. Section 10, Functions of the Commission. Section 11, Powers of the Commission. Section 12, Independence and Impartiality of the Commission. Section 13, Funding, Financial Records and Audit. Section 14, Meetings. And Section 15, Committees were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 16, Vanuatu Electoral Office. Section 17, Function of the Principal of Electoral Officer. Section 18, Independence and Impartiality of the Principal Electoral Officer. Section 19, Staffs of the Office of and Consultants. Section 20, Annual Report. Section 21, Appointment of Electoral Officials. Section 22, Deputy Principal Electoral Officers. Section 23, Provincial Electoral Officers and Assistants. Section 24, Returning Officers and Assistants. Section 25, Presiding Officers and Polling Assistants. Section 26, Remuneration. Section 27, Election Report. Section 28, Municipal Council Reserved Seats for Women. Section 39, Voter Register. Section 30, Detail in Voter Register. Section 31, Changes to Registration. Section 32, preliminary electoral list. Section 33, making preliminary electoral list available for inspection. Section 34, application for changes to preliminary electoral list. Section 35, final electoral list. Section 36, electoral date. Section 37, nomination period and place of nomination. Section 38, notice of election date. Section 39, campaign period. Section 40, form of ballot paper, form of ballot paper. Section 41, ballot paper throw. Section 42, special measures for internally displaced patients due to natural or man-made disasters. Section 43, details of special measures. Section 44, disqualification of candidates, and Section 45, qualification of candidates. Roll members, Kim time is always been allowed plan the time live up control levinis. Time you will stop low house, low time. And now we are continue comment or question raise. Flow me open, thank you. Thank you, member Blo Malakula. Shadow Kilman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, may stop refer long section 21 1B, where Mitalem say a fit and proper person to carry out the functions of the position. Question blomi kolong Honorable Minister no mo say definition long fit and proper person you know stop long definition we mikat lo bese but may semak with all narwan we long low plo yumi long all narfala post we yumi stop advertise mo kata or emi semak or different because me ask mo from long 1 or 2 post we yumi want them film up no more I know long time too much emi very difficult long yumi full up because of provision of long fit and proper person. You may think about board members long National Bank long Vanuatu, you may got long Reserve Bank. And suppose you by all kata process requirement long fit and proper person ya mi semak long emya, you may stop trying long think about say pambayamas man only walk inside of the cell and pambay take him how long whether pambay me practical or no cat. But one concern was a result question below me. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, I respond to question raised.
Thank you, Chair. I think the question raised, I think by Yeme Yumi Folem Namo, when we on our official or list of select andalem through the merit, proper police clearance and all the due diligence where we needed to you make them before you miss appoint a one-man law high position. Thank you.
Member Blo Ambai constituency. James Bule.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Law Part 4, 28. We talk about reserve seats. Specifically, redeem right. I say, the one election, the province, especially one female candidate, have be cast on highest number. Other than reserve seat, so then number play be bigger than other candidates for that constituency. Then by electoral commission, I declare him as a one winning candidate. Especially, Mr. Chairman, I mean, especially be straight.
mi wala tok lah previously lo all receipt sheet ya. Some ensemble all numbers only quite small. From where candidate maybe I'm no planted, so you meet them no on straight na iko. By minister maybe have amount lo explain of memo lo yumi belo pleasure mi sabdalam se susi one candidate lo one election where I'm female have has the highest number where we no run lo receive seat by only still declare him say I'm win and lo receive seat. So she have everything have straight. Then also maybe sabdalam se some maybe have all small number from where we tell them se 10. The lowest number may be 100, we go. So how long we have proper administered the place here. Maybe question I mean not really clear. At the same time too, maybe los side no other jurisdiction of them los side the province, we no look the place here, but. When I'm now employ shape seat and employ, you make him opportunity or woman will participate inside of decision making. So, especially maybe no future, but minister he talk about him the place say whether or not he shall extend the province. What about parliament? You got one female no more. So, I mean one people are issue where you shall talk about maybe later on be specific to India. Thank you, Mrs. Speaker. Chairman.
Thank you, Member Minister. Is respond?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for the question raised. I think the question we raised by you must encourage you all political party, you now you look more facility participation lo woman, lo inside lo political arena, either lo national, provincial, or municipality. I think lo hak to emista be mikata namo lo reserve seat lo municipality. And also you may say tayo when them talk about them outside the municipality, you may depend entirely on you and then you may gato katanara institution too where you must consider them while you may when them take them approach you go outside. Also lo rural area you may got also custom culture you may where me stop where me all something where by lo hen day you must consult with them all kata institution ya and then after by me come decision by me raise entirely lo you mean inside Laos I suppose you mean when them expand them lo ting lo provincial too hemi got reserve seat or lo national level by hemi entirely style you mean but with them when them you mean just make them lo this afternoon honorable speaker lo you mean putum political party registration bill hemi pass lo you mean give him more power lo political party lo constitution lo more strong and participation lo woman by me encourage him say by me through lo political party or reform way inside all political party by me now by me one way by me sabi hadresem ting ya so again by me call lo you may run all political party by you me now you be decide him and lo side lo question raised about one woman me win lo general seat lo one municipal election time where you go blow you contest the election application do you I mean either you apply from general seat or reserve seat and lo place na you distinct them you blow you call which one. Thank you.
Thank you. We now start with section 16 to section 45 lo vote. Tokotawali agree, please indicate. Tokotawali agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 16, Vanuatu Electoral Office. Section 17, Functions of the Principal Electoral Officer. Section 18, Independence and Impartiality of the Principal Electoral Officer. Section 19, Staff of the Office and Consultant. Section 20, Annual Report. Section 21, Appointment of Electoral Officials. Section 22, Deputy Principal Electoral Officers. Section 23, Provincial Electoral Officers and Assistants. Section 24, Returning Officers and Assistants. Section 25, Presiding Officers and Polling Assistant. Section 26, Remunerations. Section 27, Electoral Reports. Section 29, Municipal Council Reserve Seats for Women. Section 29, voter register. Section 30, details in the voter register. Section 31, changes to registration. Section 32, preliminary electoral list. Section 33, making preliminary electoral list available for inspection. Section 34, applications for changes to preliminary electoral list. Section 35, final electoral list. Section 36, election dates. Section 37, nomination period and place of nomination. Section 38, notice of election date. Section 39, campaign period. Section 40, form of ballot paper. Section 41, ballot paper draw. Section 42, special measures for internal displaced persons due to natural or man-made disasters. Section 43, details of special measures. Section 44, disqualifications of candidates, and Section 45, qualifications of candidates were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 46, nomination of candidate. Section 47, candidate nomination fees. Section 48, invalidity of nomination of candidate. Section 49, correction of technical defect and invalid candidature. Section 50.
Point of order.
Point of order is.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Mr. Chairman, Mr. say Christmas is now come up, and I think you must have want them go home for Christmas. But I think all bills here are very important long when we must have want them achieving. I think because of that, it's important that you must go through them very carefully to make sure say when way you may come out and or something where you may agree them. Me not sure say everyone inside the room are actually reading something or not. Me understand me say speaker, honorable speaker, make a discretion long take them not one by one but in clauses. But I think discretion here I may rest with them agreement belong committee. So Mr. One them ask him chair no more say because of importance or something if possible say you must have a go slow with them, make them say you must have understand them if something we stop inside long bill before you may pass them. Thank you.
Thank you, member of Malakula constituency. Ikut plo you interrupt, plo talem mi se mi slow, mi speed. I karam contest plo house me you talem. House, please keep the deal to side. Mi slow. You lay Silvia. Please, me serious from me one big document when we give time you will finish, you will return through. So you come to parliament, I expect me to let them please me because time the section you prepare. You start pulu male repetition. I'm straight. Let me work with thank you, member. Me ask him to consist blouse. Me speak to mass, me slow a little bit or. Leader block man business. Tell him.
Mr. Speaker, I think you run 100 kilometers per hour. But I think you go by page. I think by easy blow you me. And also MP blow you me lo malagula hemi raise him, Honorable Speaker. Ikat agency blow you me finish on time. Be imsa passam one of the bill where hemi also hemi important. And you could blow you go page by page rather than you go 6 or 7 pages and then you miss up pass them. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, page where you start again, I'm all right, but you jump too quick. I think you could go page by page, I think by me importantly you may run. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader Block Upman Business. I think me agree with you, but as you really should make a work with talent say within this bill, which one am by a control time. Tomorrow you make a special sitting, then we have we stay up there and Am I right? By me take note lembe time rimi mi limited. Otherwise, me expect them yula na yap lo suspend them standing out up lo imi ko small break kale meet pagan lo asem late little bit from busy little bit. Thank you. Anyway, everyone agree say imi slow little bit. You stop talk about page by page. You talk about page flow ML or page flow content we build from me. We stop following page flow me, no? You mean chat lo section lo. Anyway, by Miss Law, establish la meeting se lita mention mo lita blokapan business si agree se Miss Peter Bet. By me call se mo ibla talem.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Bueno, Badares.
Honorable Speaker, you go by sections in relation to the page where he stopped, then easy play me follow. Matter blow suspend them standing order by him is between Emilio House here. Me with him, you to work together and by him to manage him every bill where him is come so that he may pass him and he may finish him on time. And but you go section by section in relation to the page number where him stop. Thank you.
Thank you, Lita Blokaman Business. You may come back lo. Section 46. Nomination of candidate. Kada ni tok bisa? Give small time. Sinokat mina usta putum lo voto kata le agree precipitate. Honorable members, you will follow me or will you vote finish? Otherwise, against, abstention.
Section 46, nomination of candidate, was approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 47, candidate nomination fees. Kata di question, comment lo section. Member Blambai, constituency.
Thank you, Chair. Sabi, ulama siya oli things oli increase 200,000 for parliamentary election, 100,000 lo council, municipal council, sama provincial government. Ikat any good reasons for some substantial increase here. Committee na yan, Mr. 100,000, I'm going to 200,000. Maybe all increase here will help running elections. Minasab siya mas cost running an election. We need one explanation as to why I mean 100% increase. I mean, compared to all previous elections, will be carried out. Candidate fee and it's not non-refundable. So you pay, we finish on time. I'm straight. You got one big increase, one huge increase. So if you see, got any explanation? Thank you.
Honorable Minister shall respond to the question raised.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for the question raised. I think suppose you may read him good lo section ya waste up and tell him the fee payable by each person nominated as a candidate must not exceed. I mean, not tell him say no price. But I tell him say no roof where play you no save over him. And him again by come under law regulation lo set him price where by no must exceed him hamondia. So I must assume him good him now how I interpret him blow. Tell him say no really price ya 200 lo parliamentary election or lo provincial election or municipal election 100,000 emi sling ya we stop. But emi anda lo regulation we mi putu mol price we no masik city meme. Thank you.
Thank you. Section 47, candidate nomination fees. Odolia represent against abstention.
Section 47 candidate nomination fees was approved unanimously.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Navia, plo talam nemo se samlo miholol members plo parliament with access and below iPad. You got one network problem, again se samlo pages ya. Miholol no folem. Minu sabe se suppose you sabe se spend 5-10 minutes or so mo le karamat copy, minu sabe be. Emi plank. Istablo full up lo iPad plo mihola. You come no certain section mo after you stop. Mana miholol no staff folem you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Lo issues were raised. I think Parliament now by me suspend 30 minutes break and then we come back. Kalambak Parliament Water, honorable members, Mr. Staff Law Committee of the Whole House, Law Bill for the Electoral Act number of 2003, where Minister of Law Mipu, former Minister of the First Time, Mr. President, Mr. Honorable Minister of the Francis Pagan. Thank you. Yumiko Bakalol section. Section 48, invalidity of nomination of candidate. Section 49, corrections of technical defect and invalid candidate. Section 50, candidate representing political party. Section 51, withdrawal of nomination. Section 52, death of candidate. And Section 53, representative of the independent candidate and political party. Got small time, members, got question on section, yeah? Sinokat, Minos, Taputum, vote. Those in favor, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 48, invalidity of nomination of candidate. Section 49, correction of technical defect and invalid candidature. Section 50, candidate representing political party. Section 51, withdrawal of nomination. Section 52, death of candidate. And Section 53, representative of independent candidate and political party were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 54, polling stations and polling centers. Section 55, arrangements for voting. Section 56, notice of election. Section 57, ballot boxes. Section 58, display of candidates' names, photographs, and symbols. Section 59, arrangements for persons with disability or other special needs. Got any question on section A? May I allow more time? Thank you. Sinakat, Mr. Putum, the vote, those in favor, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 54, polling station and polling centers. Section 55, arrangement for voting. Section 56, notice of election. Section 57, ballot boxes. Section 58, display of candidates' name, photographs, and symbols. And Section 59, arrangement for persons with disabilities or other special needs were carried unanimously.
Section 54, Section 60, persons entitled to vote. Section 61, voting methods. Section 62, opening of voting and hours of voting. Section 63, ballot papers accounts, officials MAC. Section 64, assisted voting. Section 65, special voting arrangements for absence and certain other voters. Section 66, perfectual voting treatment. Section 67, issuing of ballot papers to voter. Section 68, recording of voters generally. Section 69, spoiled ballot papers. And Section 70, tendered ballot papers. Any question on section? Sinokat, Minos, Taputum, the vote. Agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 60, persons entitled to vote. Section 61, voting methods. Section 62, opening of voting and voting hours of voting. Section 63, ballot paper account and official mark. Section 64, assisted voting. Section 65, special voting arrangement for absentee and certain other voters. Section 66, preferential voting treatment. Section 67, issuing of ballot paper to voter. Section 68, recording of votes generally. Section 69, spoiled ballot papers. And Section 70, tendered ballot papers were carried unanimously.
Thank you. Section 71, management and security at polling stations. 72, conduct in polling stations. 73, suspensions of poll. 74, stopping of poll. 75, stages in the counting of votes. 76, invalid ballot papers. 77, votes generally to be counted at the polling station. 78, persons who may be present during the counting of votes. 79, invalid and spoiled ballot papers. Section 80, declaration of counting of votes completed and provincial results announced. 81, Section 81, tied votes in a constituency. Section 82, complaints during votes counting process. And Section 83, verification of election results. Any question? Sinaka those in favor, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 71, management and security at polling station. Section 72, conduct in polling station. Section 73, suspension of poll. Section 74, stopping of poll. Section 75, stages in the counting of votes. Section 76, invalid ballot papers. Section 77, votes generally to be counted at polling station. Section 78, person who may be present during the counting of votes. Section 79, invalid and spoiled ballot papers. Section 80, declaration of counting of votes completed and provisional results announced. Section 81, tied votes in a constituency. Section 82, complaints during vote counting process. And Section 83, verification of election results were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 84, tabulation of election results for each constituency. Section 85, publication of official election results. Section 86, applications of division. Section 87, elections only to be challenged under this Act. Section 88, persons who may present election petitions. Section 89, petition only valid if deposit made. Section 90, time for presentation of petitions. Section 91, election petitions to be in writing and copies to be served on affected persons. Section 92, rules for election disputes. Section 93, decisions of court in election petitions. Section 94, grounds for declaring election void. Section 95, examination of votes cast. Section 96, communication of decision of courts concerning election dispute. Section 97, reports to public prosecutor. And Section 98, no person required to reveal his or her vote. For members, we have small time. Got question or comment on section? Thank you. I can say no cut. Me now stop to more section of vote. Those in favor, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 84, tabulation of election results for each constituency. Section 85, publication of official election results. Section 86, applications of division. Section 87, elections only to be challenged under this Act. Section 88, person who may be present election petitions. Section 89, petitions only valid if deposit made. Section 90, time for presentation of petitions. Section 91, election petitions to be in writing and copies to be served on affected person. Section 92, rules for election disputes. Section 93, decision of courts in election disputes. Section 94, grounds for declaring election void. Section 95, examination of votes cast. Section 96, communications of decision of court concerning election petitions, election disputes. Section 97, reports to public prosecutor. Section 98, no person required to reveal his or her votes, were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 99, application of division. Section 100, elections only to be challenged under this Act. Section 101, persons who may present election petitions. Section 102, petition only valid if deposit made. Section 103, time for presentation of petitions. Section 104, election petitions to be in writing and copies to serve the affected persons. Section 105, rules for election disputes. Section 106, decision of court in election disputes. Section 107, grounds for declaring election void. Section 108, examination of votes cast. Section 109, communication of decisions of court concerning election disputes. Section 110, reports to public prosecutor. And Section 111, no person required to reveal his or her votes. Section 112, cooperation by commissions and office with courts. Section 113, designation of overseas polling stations. Section 114, overview of this part. And Section 115, misleading information or document. Members, for question or section, may I have more time? Nokat, may I stop the vote? Okatawali agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 99, application of division. Section 100, elections only to be challenged under this Act. Section 101, person who may be present election petitions. Section 102, petitions only valid if deposit made. Section 103, time for presentation of petitions. Section 104, election petitions to be in writing and copies to be served on affected persons. Section 105, rules for election disputes. Section 106, decision of court in election disputes. Section 107, grounds for declaring election void. Section 108, examination of votes cast. Section 109, communication of decision of court concerning election disputes. Section 110, report to public prosecutor. Section 111, no person required to reveal his or her vote. Section 112, cooperation by commission and office with courts. Section 113, designation of overseas polling station. Section 114, overview of this part. Section 115, misleading information or document, were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 116, confidentiality of information. Section 117, protection of voter register. Section 118, duties of employers to release voters. Section 119, failure to comply with direction or requirement. Section 120, obstructing or threatening an electoral officials. Section 121, impersonating an electoral officials. Section 122, fraudulent voting. Section 123, interfering with voting. Section 124, interfering with ballot papers and ballot boxes. Section 125, display, duplication, and distribution of false material. Section 126, offences in relation to a campaign activity. Section 127, election bribery. Section 128, undue influence. Section 129, inciting election boycott. Section 130, offense to obstruct, hinder and interfere with candidates' campaigns activities. Section 131, effects of certain offences and reporting of offences. Members, got a question or section here? May allow time, please have a question. Thank you, Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, me want to ask him, particularly along 126 and 127. 126 and 127 on offences in relation to a campaign activity, or 127 on election bribery. And particularly 126 subsection 2, we talk about all allocations from all members from parliament meeting. And whether or not throughout the period of 4 years here, you mean commit me finish here? Or you become long election period no? Suppose Minister give him clarification long, particularly to Valea. Because suppose you mean Mestem by Plantelo you mean you fall down low trap here. You must be clear, particularly during the campaign period, whether or not you must have a certain outcomes, and whether or not you have a fit more voters for you. Unless you catered for long on sections. And whether or not, it can be workable. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Sorry, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ministers, for your response from Section M, very important. You will honorable members whereby you will start election in time tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I think by shortly me got one respond, and then by me come back to you, Lohemia. But again, meeting plan the law issue where you me raise him, by me should pick up cha, and me think about regulation where me stop, and me should outline him put something thing where you me overlook him. But by me come back to him shortly.
Thank you. Supplementary response, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister.
Supplementary normal, Honorable Minister, law question raised by Leader of the Opposition. Suppose you go law Section 127, subsection 5. Let me talk about all defense law prosecution in terms of bribery. Let me list them down all activities where have not considered as bribery during the campaign period, including exchange of custom, traditional gifts that done in public, suppose you feed him all man, where list up lo list lo campaign team lo you where you've been nominated me go lo electoral commission, hemi no considered as a bribe. So all of the offenses that subsection 5 hemi deal with them all activities where can be considered as a defense law all offenses, yeah. Me hope say me help him minister with them the lead of law position. Thank you.
Thank you. Lo supplement response. Any more question lo secretary? Member lo Santo constituency. MP Kaiton Pikyun.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Lo, section 128, yeah? Lo influence more the voters. Lo vote particularly lo one way or candidate to one them. Particularly lo emi issue lo la nonas. Where all kita today you influence them plante all voters lo plante election. So emi tu emi mi capture the place now. Lo you stop him emi. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Member Lo Santo. Any more question? Sinokat minasta putum lo vote. Okatawali agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 116, confidentiality of information. Section 117, protection of voter register. Section 118, duty of employers to release voters. Section 119, failure to comply with directions or requirement. Section 120, obstructing or threatening an electoral official. Section 121, impersonating an electoral official. Section 122, fraudulent voting. Section 123, interfering with voting. Section 124, interfering with ballot papers and ballot boxes. Section 125, display, publication and distribution of false material. Section 126, offenses in relation to a campaign activity. Section 127, election bribery. Section 128, undue influence. Section 129, inciting election boycott. Section 130, offense to obstruct, hinder, and interfere with candidates' campaign activities. And Section 131, effect of certain offenses and reporting of offenses were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 132, repeal of Act. Section 133, continuation of regulations and other subsidiary legislation. Section 134, transitional arrangement. Section 135, transitional regulations. Section 136, savings provisions, certain election petitions. Gives full time for the question, Lord Section. Sinokat, now stop the vote. Okatawali agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 132, repeal of Act. Section 133, continuation of regulations and other subsidiary legislation. Section 134, transitional arrangement. Section 135, transitional regulations. Section 136, savings provision, certain election petitions were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Section 137, power to correct errors. Section 138, delegation of power and functions and authorized persons. Section 139. Requirements for publication of notices, instructions, and other documents. Section 140. Forms. Section 141. Custody of election documents. Section 142. Prosecution from liability. Section 143. Regulations. And Section 144. Applications. Members, we got question raised. Start on small time. Inokot binasta putum vote. Tokotawali agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 137, powers to correct errors. Section 138, delegation of powers and functions and other authorized persons. Section 139, requirements for publications of notice, instruments, and other documents. Section 140, forms. Section 141, custody of election documents. Section 142, protection from liability. Section 143, regulations. And Section 144, applications were approved unanimously.
Thank you. Finally, Section 145, commencement. Those in favor, please indicate. Against, abstention.
Section 145, commencement, was approved unanimously.
Thank you. Committee of the Whole House, you move back to Parliament. For second reading of the bill, Honorable Minister. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I think we take this time, brother. Thank you to Maslo, both sides of the House. The unity where you miswem blow, save passing bill. Also, mi tale meliahon bill by me. Mi kam also one beginning where mi start block roll and blow mi start walk out. By me depend entirely you mi house ya. Blow by you mi look good lo billion you mi nature blow mi grow mi kam more strong lo gawin you mi. Lo democracy process we mista kutrulem so thank you lo support we kam lo kita ministers will help lo clearem bill lo question raise thank you ko lo kita technical people will been stand up behind lo prepare bill we come before you me all kita drafters all kita directors DG lo megem si bilia mi save kaman lo mi save pass lo bahemi look out them also we talam eliahon bill blow political party registration act number of 2023 where he come before you me finish by him now hemi house plan where by me look out him bill you me just pass him blow hemi give him more transparency more accountability lo when him you mr make him all political party I think with them small remarks here honorable speaker mr now move say bill blow Electoral Act number of 2023 hemista kamlo parliament lo kolo second reading and lo hemi pass. Thank you Thomas.
Thank you. It has been moved that the bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023 become lo parliament lo second reading mo lo pass. Kota will agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
The bill for the Electoral Act number of 2023 be read a second time in Parliament and to pass was carried unanimously with 39 votes in favor.
Thank you. We now start to up local business, please indicate them when the next bill blow house I will look them. And before that, Mr. Ask Honorable Minister, I'll take a back seat to you. Thank you, Leader of the Business.
Honorable Speaker, me conscious low time and but through you, Mr. Speaker, low break where you may been cut. me consult with them outside the house, and everyone only agree. Blow you may have a suspend them standing orders. No more, Mr. Speaker, from time and urgency, blow some get the bills where him salo for it, blow you me. Blow you make sure him have a pass. And me want them to refer you no more law, Honorable Speaker law, standing orders 60, motion to suspend standing orders 61. Where him read also, Honorable Speaker, him say whenever there is a case of urgent necessity to suspend standing orders for the proper conduct of the business of Parliament, any may be suspended on oral motion without notice. And we also refer law section 3 under law 63 where we read also a motion to suspend standing orders must be seconded and does not take effect unless it has been supported by the votes of not less than 2/3 of the members present. Mr. Speaker, me draw my attention to you know all standing orders here and me refer law standing order 15 from hemi one extraordinary session where hemi stop. Me want them to draw my attention to you back and section 4. 15.4 where hemi read all same. An extraordinary session is limited to the one meeting of Parliament unless the Speaker otherwise decide for special reasons. And I hereby, Mr. Bentali, to you, Honorable Speaker, but you may also be fully aware, say, at one special sitting law tomorrow, where from ikat some outstanding matters yet, law government hemi debate lahem, and isakam law house here, law you may have a suspend them or standing orders here. So that law session law tomorrow, suppose hemi direction to you, special sitting hemi finish, then you may have a consider say hemi one adjournment, law you may have a proceed law business where hemi still stop outstanding, law you may have a debate lahem. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I mean, one matter we may not been reaching consensus law house, but suppose me all right, law you may have a me have make one additional recommendation or suggestion, law you may have me back and 7 o'clock law this night. No more from me got some law the consequential amendment we have stop. Really good suppose me have a pass before sitting where by him look amendment to constitution. And I now all get the justification where he come to house here, and suppose me and him agree by both sides of the house, Mr. Move.
Thank you. Sorry, before you second him, by me ask him. Or Lita, you been consult for the outside house since? Lita proposition, shall confirm.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, me confirms the government business. Me been consulting me fella, some of me fella, we fella staff, and me also confirms me been dalem long Honorable Prime Minister say opposition bamba me stand by. Plus suspend them relevant provision plus standing orders. Plus allow them say you may look long all bills where you may agree long you may look hem time where you may come before long head of state, and for that reason, me agree too. Say suppose we lead the block government business, I mean include them standing order 27. We give him times of sitting. To make him see you must have a meet long evening. And we will suspend him standing order 27. We give him hours of sitting. Every we meet long 7 o'clock to whatever time it is, 2 o'clock every morning. So me agree, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Leader Proposition. For them, one motion where Leader Block Government Business, Leader Block Government Business.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. We refer to Standing Order 27. Honorable Speaker, you may suspend them standing order ya, you may have include sitting whereby you start law 7, kasi 9 o'clock law tonight. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Leader Block Government Business, Honorable Members. Now, I'm Leader Block Government Business. I mention all standing orders, we quote them section. And also, in addition, I got standing order 18, about all hours. I also included the motion. I now start government whip plus second motion plus suspend standing order. Plus you must have proceed back and later on tonight. Thank you, government whip.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Good afternoon, Luyumi. Mr. Second motion. Luyumi suspend them all standing orders. Government business, let me point them out. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord Secretary. I now stop the motion to vote. Okatawa agree, please indicate. Against, abstention.
The motion to suspend standing orders under standing order 60, to suspend standing order 18 regarding hours of sitting in order for Parliament to meet from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. was carried unanimously with 39 votes in favor.
Thank you, honorable members. Time play me 5 minutes to 5. And Parliament by me suspend. Because I'm 7 o'clock tonight. Sorry, me talem suspend now. Me say no. Me wana rula sitting from by cat. Parliament by me attend tonight. Lo request lo majority of the house for them standing order we all section we been suspend. Therefore by Parliament me attend because 7 p.m. tonight they may come back lo continue lo business lo second extraordinary sitting we stop. Me now stop as member lo Tongwa constituency lo inclusion time review the one pray.
Thank you. You close the mass, you pray. Heavenly Father, bless him, you let them thank you, love, care, protection, faithfulness, please you. Pleasure start with the Father, thank you, Lord, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We give him the one Lord. Thank you, Lord Speaker. Thank you, Lord Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, Leader Opposition, Deputy Leader Opposition, with them all honorable members. Thank you, Father. Start with them Labagan, Kasim like I'm back this afternoon. Look, all walk, lo nation, Mivala Vanuatu. Thank you, Father, every Sunday. No forget glory them back. Praise, glory, more in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Parliament. Emiachen, Kasem, 7 p.m. tonight.